Hi, everybody. It's Krista Wade, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about organization and how you can continue to do your IPA and stay organized through this holiday season. I don't know about you, but I was teaching full-time when I started Plexus almost 4 years ago, and I would get so overwhelmed with keeping up with who had contacted, who I hadn't, who I needed to, who had reached out to me when I had my ambassadors, when my team started growing, who did I follow up with, who had I not. I'm pretty sure that I have had every organization system under the sun. I have done index boxes. I have done organization binders. I mean, I've done everything, spreadsheets, like everything. And I just couldn't keep it together and I couldn't keep it up. So when I was chatting with one of my friends, she told me about what she did, and I've kind of adapted it to my own. And I'm going to share it with you guys because this is one of the most important times of the year, and it's the holiday season, which that means we have to be super duper organized to make sure that we get all of our stuff done. So what I do is I take about 40 to 50 names and from my connections list. And those of you that are, you guys know that your connections list, your Franks list, whatever, that's an ongoing list that you're continuing to add to. But I will just pull 40 to 50 names off of that list. And I keep it in this notebook. And this is a notebook that has helped me stay organized. This is 6 months. So you can see it says June to December. And in here, each tab is divided. It's everything that I've done. It is every training I've gone to. It is everybody I've talked to about Plexus. It's my to-do list. It's all here organized in an order. And that way I can go back next year and see what I did during those months that worked, that didn't work. So everything stays in here. So my connection list is in another binder. So I take that and I put it in here. And I really focus on those 40 to 50 people for that month. And it really helps me not be so overwhelmed. When you're looking at a list of 300 people, you're like, oh my gosh, wait, what? And when I get overwhelmed, I just shut down and I just stop. And I know that's terrible, but it's just honest. That's what I do. So this system, when she told me to take about 40 to 50 names, I went, oh my gosh, like that's genius. It was perfect. It was exactly what I needed to hear. But I still didn't have it down to a T. So then we sat down and came up with another system of a calendar. When I was a teacher, I had everything super organized, very color-coded. Everything had a place to go. Well, I needed to carry that over into my business to make it rock and roll. So I just want to share with you guys real quick a calendar system. And you may have seen this before, and you may do something great. You may be super organized, but I want to show you guys this really quickly. Okay, so when I told you that list on the left over there, those are my 40 to 50 names that I have written down. And I write them down all neat in the same color so it stays organized. And then I put my contact date beside it. And I keep anecdotal records on these people when I contact them, what we're talking about. And when I'm making this list, I'm very strategic about it. When I look at my large connection list, I will make sure that every month I at least have 2 to 3 dream teamers on here. And I'm looking at them in different ways. Maybe I'm just connecting with them this whole month. And that's what I'm doing. And that is an IPA. I mean, you guys have heard several people say that they prospected them for a year. And finally, in that year's time, they finally said, okay, let's do this. So it does take time to grow these relationships. So that is an income producing thing. So that's what I write down on here. And then I keep notes in a different color. And then when I reach back out to them, it's just eye-catching for me to do that. But something that, beyond that list was amazing. And you can see at the very top, I already have some that are confirmed. We do 7-day challenges once a month. On our team, and that's what really reach out to them. And I already have 4 confirmed for our 7-day in January. So I try to keep those notes going and just kind of what we talk about so I know and I can stay with them. So that is my contact list for my potentials. Now, if you look at the calendar here, so that calendar has all the names on it. And what I want you to look at first is the purple. So those purple names, so I've taken that list of 40 from the left, and I have put 2 names every day, Monday through Saturday. I don't work on Sundays. That's my day that we're going to church. It's our family days. So if somebody reaches out to me, I definitely contact them, but I don't make any contacts on that day. So I took those names all in purple, and I have 2 names on every single day. And those are my potentials. So I have that organized. So if I'm sitting in car line and I have my calendar, I can work this in the nooks and crannies of my business. I can be ready at all times when I do this. I sit down on Sunday nights and I look at my week. I didn't put it on this calendar, but I usually put on Sundays. I write down what videos I'm going to watch, where am I going to plug in, what am I going to look at. So I usually save them, and I write down what videos, what post I'm going to go back and look at on Sundays throughout the week. So I already have that organized. So then I already have my potentials in the purple. They're organized. They're ready to go. Another part was checking in with my current ambassadors. Y'all, your customers' ambassadors, they've already joined you on this journey, and you can't leave them high and dry, and they're critical for checking in. So if you will now look at the kind of the gray color, those are my ambassadors. And I have, their name is written down Monday through Thursday. That's what works for me. I check in with them those 4 days. And clearly, the more ambassadors you have, I just kind of rotate through every ambassador I touch once a month at least. And so you'll just kind of continue adding to that. Some of your teams are really large, and you're going to have maybe you may contact 10 a day. But again, this is you tailor it for what you want. But if you look at Kara, you notice that Kara has a star. And Kara, I talk to her every single Monday because Kara's a brand new ambassador. She just joined me, and I'm going to treat her like a customer. I'm checking in with her, making sure she's being consistent with her products. We are talking about things going on. Do we need to tweak things? We're also talking about the business a little bit here and there, just seeing if she's ready to share, if she's comfortable. So every Monday I'm contacting Kara. And then Becky, if you'll look, Becky's every other week. And Becky's been with me for a while. And so I check in with her and just see how things are going. And we talk often, but those are 2 days that I know for sure that I'm checking in with Becky. Then I do the same thing with Wendy and Allison, but I want you to look on the 12th with Caitlin. Okay, so Caitlin's name is only on there one time, as well as Nathan on the 28th, and there's a W by their name. Guys, those are my wholesale ambassadors. They've been with me for, one of them's been a year, one of them's been 18 months. I just check in with them each month to make sure they know about our specials. I check in with them about life, see how family is going, see if they're ready to share about the business. Every now and then I'll bring that up. But those are just my once a monthers. I make sure the products got ordered on time, make sure everything is running smoothly for them in that process. So then if you will look at the green are my customers. And I leave Fridays, follow-up Friday. That's just what works for me in my head. It's just what I think about. And those are my customers. And if you'll see this asterisk by Susie, she's a brand new customer. So I'm checking in with her every single Friday. If you'll notice, Dan's been with me for a while, so I'm checking in with him once a month. And Kelly once a month. So some of these have been around with me for a long time. And they're just like my ambassadors. I just checking in with them to make sure things are running smoothly for them and they know about our specials. So this is just something that worked for me because I wasn't so overwhelmed. It took that 40 to 50, put it in a calendar, and it makes it very doable. It makes it attainable and go, oh, okay, if I'm at the doctor's office, if I am running behind. I know lots of you are still working full-time businesses. On your lunch break, this is when you can sit down and you're organized and you go, yep, I can check off Kara and Becky and Emma and Charlotte on Monday, bam, done. And if you have a busy week and you know that you're not going to be able to get to them on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if you're going out of town, you can put them all in on Monday and Tuesday. But when you're doing it like this, you're making sure that you're hitting every single person and you're not missing anyone. Like I said, it's worked well for me so far. I've enjoyed it. Definitely, I'm tweaking it. You can use this at your own discretion for however you want. When I'm reaching out to people and I'm taking my anecdotal records, my notes, I will go back and see how have I contacted them, okay? If I know that many of you have read the 4-color personalities. I really try to go back and analyze. Am I thinking they're a red, and am I trying to contact them too hard in a red, or do I think they're a yellow? And so I really go back, and these notes kind of help me maybe change my direction and come at them at a different angle. So I just think that that's important. Maybe that's the teacher in me because we have to take anecdotal records all the time on kids. And so I think that was just kind of easy for me. And I like that the 40 to 50, because maybe out of those 40 to 50, I'm going to get four to five people to jump in on this opportunity, because we know that, like, statistics show 1 out of every 10 contact that you have will be interested. So it's just manageable for me. You can make it more for yourself, but this is just something that I could do, that I could maintain and not get overwhelmed with. So I hope this helped you. I hope you guys have a fabulous holiday season. One thing is, just don't stop working, because you're going to kick yourself in the tail come January and February and March. So make sure that you're still staying present. Make sure you're still staying consistent with reaching out to people, because they're going to be coming back to you and reaching around to you. And so just kind of keep those relationships growing too during this time. So hope you guys have a great week.